Hey folks, welcome to our first at-home edition of Silver Sneakers or Senior Movement Cardio Strength. As you know, my name is Juan. I am recording these videos for you so that while you're in the safety of your own home, you can continue to get some movement. I'm trying to keep it very, very simple. So the only thing you're going to need to do is clear out an area. I disconnected half of my sofa and pushed it off into a corner so that way I have more room. Moved my coffee table. I brought just a dining room chair with me. I have a set of small weights. I have 10-pound dumbbells here. If you have any hand weights at home, this is a perfect time to pull them out. If you don't have hand weights, it's okay. If you get just a can of food, like maybe a can of black beans or a can of like crushed tomatoes, anything that you might have a can in your pantry, cans work great as weights as well. So again, you want to have a chair, you want to have something to use as weights. If you don't have either, simply making a fist and just focusing on the movements that we're doing will suffice. What I ask for all of you right now is just quickly take a moment to scan full body, head to toe. How are you feeling? Is there anywhere in your body or anything that you feel like needs a little extra love? If there is, please give it to yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to get some music playing. You have the option of remaining seated, or you can come up on your feet. Just stay close to your chair. This way, if you do require a little help for balance, you have it within arm's reach away. Now I'm just marching my feet as I'm marching. I'm being very careful about how much impact I put into the ground. If you can hear your footsteps, chances are you might be stepping a little too heavy. We are celebrating healthy and safe times. If you haven't already begun to use your arms, now is a good time to start pumping your arms up and down with each footstep. Now I've missed seeing all of you in person, so I do send my love to you. I'm hoping that as long as we all continue to stay home and safe, it will soon enough become safe again for us to go out and venture into the world and actually see one another. I'd like you to take this into a step touch to the right. Now, if you are in your seat, right now, this is your step touch. You're still step touching with your feet, but you're comfortably seated on the chair. Go ahead and use your arms now if you haven't already done so. We're making the movements just a little bit bigger, which means our heart rate increases slightly. Now, speaking of heart rate, let's talk about that for a moment. When we're working in this light cardio zone, I want you working at a rate of perceived exertion where if I asked you to tell me what you had for breakfast, you can say, I ate eggs, I had oatmeal. You can say 3 or 4 words without gasping for oxygen. If you're so winded and you can't talk, then we're probably working a little too much, and we need to bring our pace down just a little bit. So if on the scale of 1 through 10, where 10 is the highest, where you can't even speak, 1 is maybe right when you like woke up out of bed, I want you to keep yourself somewhere between a 6 and a 7. That's safe. Now let's take this and heel. Heel. We're tapping our heel across our body. Notice, if you may, or you may have, that my arms, I'm sweeping them back. Still being very careful with how much impact I'm putting into the ground, because any impact I push into the ground translates right back up into my joints. And I don't want to have anything hurt me later. Yahoo! Let's please march. Now with this march, let's take a deep breath. Keep those marching feet. Inhale up. One more. Now, imagining that we're standing like on a little, let's say like a narrow railroad track. I want you to step out, out, in. Right, left, right, left. Out, in. Don't worry if you don't got it. If you don't got it, no, it's still just right, left. Right, left, right, left. So keeping the same cadence, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now you know that I like challenging coordination. Can you switch to a left foot? Boom. Now it's become left-right. Which, like I said before, left-right can just be right here in the middle, right on that track. Let's take it back. Out, in. Out, in. Bring it back to just a march. At this point, you should feel your core temperature rising just a little bit. You might actually be warm. I've already broken a sweat. I'm going to now count my steps. Starting on the right foot, 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. One, two, three, tap. March, 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 tap. Now, maybe the tap can become a little kick. 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 1, 2, 3, kick. 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 Maybe you'll just bring it back to just a tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 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 Are we having fun yet? That's the question. Maybe this 1, 2, 3, rather than keeping it in place, you can walk towards me for 3, you still tap, then you walk away from me for 3. Shall we try it? 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. You all know it. It's a hustle step. Bring it back. Hold it. Just march. Just march. Step touch. Step touch becomes a step heel. Step heel. Ooh, maybe we can make it just a little more difficult. Rather than step heel, can we step and tap back? Back. So now it's like your toes, maybe the ball of your foot tapping behind you. You're still moving in that lateral motion, but one leg at a time is tapping back. Notice how I'm using my arms to help keep me balanced, right? I'm going side to side. Bring it back to a march. Marching arms. Now we're going to take our arms out. Now from this out position, I want you to bring them in. Right arm on top, you hug. You open. Bring them back to center. Left arm on top, you hug. Open, hug. Open, hug. Open, hug. A few more times. Now shake them out. We're going to V-step. So that means we're going out, out, in, but front, front, back, back. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Woo! I'm breathing a little heavier now. So I know I need to focus here on my breath so that I can practice what I preach, right? Let's switch to a left foot lead. I hope by now you have already started to kind of feel, your heart rate up, maybe break a little bit of a sweat. We're in our workout, and hopefully we're having fun, right? We're going to switch back to that right leg here. Add arms. We've got 4 remaining. 4, 3. You know what happens on 1. We're going to switch to a left foot lead right here. 4 to go. 4, 3. We're going to go 2 and 2. Right foot. 2. Left foot. 2. If at any point, back to the right, if at any point the legs are too much left, just do the arms. Back to the right. Now we just march, march. Shaking it out in your wrists, shaking the arms out. Folks, I want you to come now to the back of your chair. I'm going to bring my chair here at an angle, and I'm going to lower the music so that I'm not competing with it. But here we are. I have the chair here at an angle so you can see myself behind the chair. Your feet are going to be immediately below your hips, standing upright. Fingertips are light on the back of our chair. I just want you to lift your whole body, coming up onto the balls of your feet. Come down slowly. We lift quickly. We release down slowly. Lift. Slowly come down. All the way up. Slowly down. Woo! Well, I I'm sweating. How are you? 3 to go. Here's 3. Here's 2. Last one, we're gonna pulse, pulse. 1 foot at a time. This is my move. It's almost like I'm tiptoeing. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. 1 leg at a time. Using the chair for balance, just lift the toes on 1 foot. Your heel is touching the floor. It's a good little stretch. Release that foot. Lift the other side. It's a good stretch. Okay, now we're going to come to the front of our chair, and we are going to have a seat. Now, when we're seated in the chair, unless I indicate otherwise, I ask that you please sit upright, right? You're going to keep your core engaged, meaning we're not going to slouch in the chair. My main objective of every workout and every movement we do is safety. Hold on a moment, I'm going to fix this camera. I tilted it down just a little bit so that I'm still at the center. Okay, so now that we're here, all that talking, it was a good little break for you. I want you to lean your hands into your thighs, tap your toes. At first, this is not going to feel like much, but what's happening here is we're really working through our shins, right? Our anterior tibialis, this area right here, we're flexing, flex, 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 flex. These quick pulses, these quick taps are keeping your shins strong, which means when you walk, you'll be a much stronger walker. Now we're going to relax because at this point you might be feeling fiery, burning sensation. So still leaning into your thighs, I want you now to tap your heels. Heels, heel, heel. Three, 2, 1. Ooh, march in place. While we're seated here, we're just going to march. Now, still sitting upright, we're going to let our feet come flat onto the floor. I want your hands either on your thighs or at the side of your chair, whichever feels more comfortable for you. But right in this mid-torso area, what we call your core, I want you to give me some torso circles. So you're going to make full circles all the way around. Every time you do, I want you to keep it active. Squeezing, squeeze, 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 squeeze. What we're doing here is we're activating through that mid-body, those core muscles, trying to keep everything nice and strong. Go ahead and reverse directions. Go the opposite way. Are we having fun yet? I hope so. Folks, come back to a neutral center. Take a deep breath. With each breath, I want you to lift through your chest. Inhale. With your exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Again, inhale, chest, and now shoulders come up. And we roll them down. One more. Inhale. Good. Now you're going to take your left hand. Left hand is going to hold on to the side of the chair. What we're doing here is we are supporting through our lumbar spine by holding on to the chair. Your right leg, extend your leg out. Real quick before we start moving, if you're sitting too far back in your chair, it's going to be harder to keep proper form. So I ask that you scoot forward, far enough forward where you do have a good, solid, flat-footed connection to the floor. But you're not at the edge of your seat, okay? We're not, gonna fall off here. Right leg comes out. You're gonna have your heel touching the floor. You're flexing at the ankle, so your toes are pointing straight up. You're going to keep, and not a locked knee, but a fully extended leg. So you will feel your quadriceps, which is here the front of your thigh, flexing, but you're not feeling bone on bone in the joint. So a very soft bend. All we're doing is lifting, slowly releasing down. We lift, we slowly release down. Let's talk about how we should be breathing here. You're going to inhale on your way down, exhale on the work. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, we have a neutral spine, so my chest remains somewhat lifted. My hand on the left, I'm holding on to the chair just to keep my spine from flexing, right? I don't want to slouch. Let's do 2 more. By now you may be feeling a little bit of a burn. And release. Oh, I felt that. I hope you felt that. Okay, right hand, hold on to the chair. Left leg, heel touches the floor, toes are lifted. We lift. Inhale. Again, your knee is not locked. Very, very soft micro bend, but you are flexing through the front of your thigh, so your quadricep is working. Your toes are pointing up. 2 remain. Here's our last one coming up. Woo! And release. Go ahead and just tap or karate chop very gently. Whatever you need to do to massage through your thighs. Get a little relief here. Now folks, your right leg is coming back out, which means your left hand is going to grab the side of your chair again. Your toes are going to go from up to now, we're pointing at almost a 45-degree angle. Okay? The knee still is not locked, softly bent. You lift. Release. We're using more of that inner thigh, that inner stripe of your quadricep. If you're thinking that this feels more difficult, you are correct. You get a point. Four remain. Here's 2. Last one. Can you hold it? Small pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was tough. But you're tough. So guess what? We have the second side. All right. Right hand. Hold on to your chair. Left leg's extended out. Again, though, we're going to take our toes and externally rotate by about 45 degrees. Now, we lift. Trying to keep a neutral spine, keeping your body upright. We've got 3, 2, Last one. Hold it right here. Small pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah. How many of you are experiencing shaking legs right now? My legs are like, woo, shaking. Oh. Okay, folks, I want you standing on the right side of your chair. Your left hand is going to hold on to the back of the chair for just a simple little balance. Most of your weight is going to be in your left leg. You soften that knee. Now you're going to lift the toes on your right foot. Keeping your body upright, I want you to lift that thigh out. Slowly return back to center. Look how nice and slow I'm moving. Now notice my upper body. When I lift my leg out, I'm not leaning to the side. I'm keeping a nice neutral alignment in my spine. The goal is to lift using your outer thigh and not change the form that your body takes. Okay, I want the work to be in your hips here. We've got 4 remaining. 3, 2, last one. Woo! Shake it out. We're going to move our chair. I'm going to move these weights back. So now you're going to stand on the left side of your chair. Your right hand is going to hold on to the side of the chair just for balance. All of your weight goes into your right leg. Soft bend in that knee. Lift the toes on your left foot and lift out. Still being very aware of what you're doing with your spine and your posture. So we're trying not to lean into the chair. We're trying to stay properly posturally aligned. 4, 3, 2, last one coming up. Woo! Oh, good. So now we're going to shift our weight side to side, softening our knees. Pushing your hips side to side so you get a nice little stretch. Good. Folks, at this point we're going to do one more exercise, then we're going to cool down. I'm keeping these first workouts around 30 minutes because we're all just kind of getting back into it and I don't want to overwhelm anybody, me included. So here's where we are. I'm standing behind my chair. I chose to rotate my chair this way only because my window is right there, and so that way I know I get better lighting. I'm using the chair lightly for balance. I'm taking my one leg, which for me this is my left leg, and I'm going to keep my knees in alignment with one another as I just curl my leg. I'm lifting that heel up towards my glute, but I'm not extending through the hip, right? I'm keeping everything from hip down to knee aligned on both sides. It's only movement from the knee joint, which means right now only my hamstrings, that's the back of my thigh, should be working. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now I'm going to turn around so you continue to see the working leg. So now this is my right leg. I'm going to curl. Let's get 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Come back to your chair, have a seat. So you'll notice we didn't do anything upper body. I wasn't sure what direction we were going to go in, but I will be sending more videos. So you will be getting full body workouts just over a series, okay? From a seated position in your chair, I want you to take your right leg out. Heel is touching the floor. Toes are lifted. We're going to, I have stained concrete floors, and so I have this one like seam for expansion. It's like an expansion joint. But my chair, if it gets caught in there, then I'm off balance. I know. You didn't need to know that. Right leg is out. Heels on the floor, toes are lifted. I want both of your hands leaning into your left thigh. From your waist, you're just going to slightly hinge forward, keeping your right leg at full extension. So the muscles we just worked, your hamstrings, now we're stretching them. Now, this is a perfect stretch for the back of your leg. If you have the flexibility and the desire to take the stretch a little further, you could always reach for your toes and pull them towards your shin. Now, it does require that you have the flexibility, because if not, then you're going to be rounding through your spine. I don't want your spine to round, not here. So again, right here is perfect as long as your back stays flat. Using your hands, I want you to push off into your thighs. You come back up to a seated position. Bring your right leg in. Take your left leg out. Heels touching the floor, toes are lifted. Both of your hands come into your right thigh. Hinge from the waist forward. It feels good to move, right? Hopefully, you have found something in your house that, keeps you busy. I know that I've been trying to stay away from the television, so I have been recording workout videos. I've been going on a lot of walks. I've been using my road bike and taking it out to the middle of nowhere and just riding my heart out. Here's where you reach for the toes if you want to take that stretch a little further. I've been trying to stay busy without being stuck to the couch. Luckily, with the power of the internet, go ahead and bring your hands to the top of your right thigh. Push yourself up to a seated position. With the power of the internet, I've been able to still see people, just not in person. So, that being said, folks, there are several different ways that we could all stay in touch. Feel free to find me either on Facebook or Instagram. My name, Juan Acevedo-Mora, Acevedo-Mora. If you want to just comment on this message, or if not, talk to somebody who has my information, because a lot of people do. I'm happy to send you my phone number, my email address, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm happy to stay in touch with all of you. Folks, now I want you to sit all the way back in your chair. Your hands are going to come onto your thighs. Nice little supported position. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. With your exhale, I want you to fold. Chest goes towards your lap. Inhale as you round your spine and sit up. Stay up here through a few cycles of breath. Let's include our shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. One more inhale up. Roll them back and down. One final breath together. Inhale, both hands are coming all the way to prayer. Take a deep breath. Exhale your hands down to heart center. Now, with your hands, make the shape of a heart. I love and respect each and every one of you. Go drink some water.